Apparently the average millionaire has 7 sources of income. I never knew that. But if you're thinking you're going to become a millionaire simply off of the paycheck from your day job, you're fooling yourself. Lucky for you guys, I'm going to show you the 7 sources of income that have made me over $100,000 last year. What's up, guys? This is your boy Kenny Finance, and today we are diving into income. That's right. I'm going to show you guys exactly how to take that side hobby, that passion, that idea, to turn it into a passive income stream to earn you money while you sleep. So in this video, guys, we're going to be diving into everything passive income related. We are going to give you an overview of what that passive income idea is, how to get it started. But then 2, I'm going to provide ratings after each income idea to show you 1, the ease of getting started, 2, the overall level of involvement, and 3, the earnings potential. And you just might want to grab a pen and notepad because this video might be the one thing that turned you into a millionaire overnight. So let's dive right in. So before we jump into the specifics of each of those income ideas, let's just set a definitional item for the rest of the video. Passive income. Well, if you think about it, it's not active income, meaning that if you have to proactively put in time, hours, effort into generating the income associated with that activity, that's pretty active income. You're sweating a little bit. Now, passive income, I like to think of as an activity that generates you income that requires as little input as possible. Meaning you can make money in your sleep, you can make money while you're working on a different job, you can do whatever the heck you want to do, but still have these dollars accumulating because of some sort of investment or a project or a business that you have that generates income. And the first passive income idea that I have that has generated me hundreds of dollars literally in my sleep while doing absolutely nothing is a high yield savings account. Now, a high yield savings account is simply a savings account where your interest rate is pretty high. Now, don't expect 10, 20, 30% interest rates with the high yield savings account. I'm talking maybe 3 to 5% of interest each year. Now, what makes that high? Well, let me tell you something. If you have a traditional bank account, I want you to check and see what that interest rate is that you're earning on your deposits. I guarantee you it's probably less than 1%. Matter of fact, the latest one is right here. That's where we're seeing a lot of banks offering their interest rates for traditional checkings or savings accounts. They're kind of robbing you. And why does this all matter in the first place? Well, we no longer live in an age where we need to put our money into super low interest rate bank accounts. Imagine if you can put your dollars into a high yield savings account, and let's say you had $1 million sitting there. Now, hopefully all of my viewers and subscribers, so hit that subscribe button, will become millionaires by watching this channel and watching all of my videos because I'm just giving nothing but free game that I learned from millionaires. Now, say you had $1 million sitting in this high yield savings account and you get a 5% return. Well, let's do the math. You're looking at $50,000 at the end of the year that just accrued because of pretty fascinating interest rates that we're sitting in. Why not do it? Now, let's rate high yield savings account on our rating system. And first, ease of getting started. I will put this one at a 1 out of 5. I would put it at 0, but that's not in our scale. Now, I say 1 out of 5 because absolutely anyone, I think if you're overage and you have maybe $50 or $100 to get started, can open a high yield savings account on a platform. It's as easy as 2 clicks. Now, on level of involvement, I will put this one also at a 1 out of 5 because no one's really spending time, effort, and energy trying to make their high yield savings account grow. Not really. And on our last one, earnings potential, I will put this one at a 1 out of 5 as well because you're not really getting market rate returns if you're just keeping it in a savings account. That's just principle. Now, my second passive income stream is my real estate portfolio. And I was super lucky back in 2020 to purchase 2 investment properties on my birthday, actually. And I viewed this as a great investment because 1, I found undervalued properties in really good neighborhoods. 2, I bought in at a pretty nice price point because these neighborhoods are kind of overlooked at the moment. And then 3, I took advantage of significantly low mortgage rates. And how this real estate portfolio is generating me monthly income is 1, the tenants living inside of my homes pay monthly income to my rental holding company. And that is then used to pay off everything related to the house, mortgage, taxes, home insurance, utilities, etc. And what I have left is net operating income that I get to take home or play and move somewhere else. Now, how to get started on our rating system. I will actually put this one at a 3 out of 5 because 1, you need to have the know-how of how to identify and find properties. 2, you have to be pretty well qualified to get a nice interest rate. So making sure that your credit score is in a healthy place. And lastly, you also have to have, typically if it's an investment portfolio, a 20% down payment on that property. Now, involvement, I will put this one at a 4 out of 5. Now, I say that primarily because you're owning a home that have human lives living inside. Things are bound to need to be fixed or something may start leaking. Real estate is a hands-on type of game. And then earnings potential, I put this one at a 5 out of 5 because it kind of hits a double whammy. On one end, you earn pretty significant monthly rental income. But then 2, if you found the right property in a growing market, you can actually ride the tailwinds of the appreciation of your property value. So you can sell the home at a later date at a higher price, while in the interim, you are collecting rental monthly checks. Now, my third passive income stream is dividend stocks. Now, you may be asking yourself, Kenny Finance, what is a dividend? Now, the good thing is in Kenny's teaching moment, we're going to dive into what is a dividend. Now, a dividend is what I like to call a piece of the profits. When you're investing in a dividend stock, that means that you have partial ownership of the profits that the company makes that they then decide to issue as a dividend to you all, their lovely shareholders. Now, to our rating system on ease to start, I will put this one at a 1 out of 5, primarily because anyone can go and purchase a dividend ETF or a dividend stock. And on level of involvement, I would also put this one at a 1 out of 5, primarily because anyone could have dollars that they're putting into an investment account to buy a dividend ETF or a company that issues strong dividends. And on earnings potential, I would give this one a 2 out of 5, primarily because when you get a dividend from a stock that you own, you have the option to reinvest those dividends. And the perk with reinvesting these dividends is that you get to buy more shares of the company so that the next dividend you get is even bigger. It's like a growing mushroom on top of each other. So why not do it? Now, moving on to another passive income idea. This one I like to call business investments. And this one is one of my favorites because even though it doesn't make me that much currently, these have the potential to take my passive income streams and ideas and dreams to the moon. So when we're thinking about business investments, essentially the concept of ownership that we talked about in the dividends applies to owning a real piece of a real business as well. And I'm super lucky because I get to work on Wall Street and all I do is look at business investments, and the same principles that I use to find great deals, invest in companies and help them grow, I get to use that soft knowledge and apply that to my everyday business investments personally. It's kind of a cheat code. And lucky for you, everyone that's part of the Kenny Finance fam gets to have access to this $1 million worth of game for free. And for our rating system for business investments, I will put the ease of starting at a 3 out of 5, primarily because to have a really good business investment portfolio, you need to have 2 main things. 1, access to capital to put up equity and actually buy businesses. But 2, you need to have access to good deals. So it's not that easy to find, and it's not that easy to have the dollars. And on level of involvement, this will also be a 3 out of 5, primarily because it's just like owning a house. You got to roll up the sleeves and fix certain things, and that's going to be the same play with owning a business. And on earnings potential, I would actually put this at a 5 out of 5 because 1, you get those dividends from the company that's generating good, positive cash flow and profits. But 2, you get access to the sale proceeds when they go sell the company. Because as part owner of a business, you get access to sale proceeds. So if you sell a business for $100 and there's no debt on the balance sheet for that company, you get whatever your ownership percentage is of that $100. So strong exits, good dividends. Now, my super cool and swaggy passive income streams that I have is something I like to call vintage selling. Now, everyone has their vices. Some may be coffee, some may be shoes. Mine is thrifted in vintage fashion. It's timeless, like Betty Boop. And I'm super lucky because I get to take that passion of buying vintage clothes and convert that into a business, which then allows me to generate profits off of the pieces that I don't need or don't wear anymore. And there's different platforms that you could list your vintage pieces on, but the one that I swear by is this app called FINDR. Look at the link below to check out and learn more. And all I have to do is sign up for the platform, apply to be a seller, have really awesome pieces of clothing, and take pictures of them, and then it starts making it rain. Now, ease of getting started, this one will get a 1 out of 5, primarily because anyone can sell really cool pieces that are in their closet today. So you have access to inventory. And level of involvement, I'll put this one at a 2 out of 5 because think about it. When I'm on FINDR, the only thing that I'm doing is taking a picture of my clothes, listing a few things about it, and then posting it. I gotta do more to figure out how to post an Instagram or a Twitter thread. And lastly, for the earnings potential, I will put this one at a 5 out of 5 because think about it. I would have donated that piece of clothing or gave it to my little brother and had zero economic benefit from those decisions. But when I listed on the platform, that piece of clothing that I kind of written off as a loss or never expect any money from can actually be generating hundreds and thousands of dollars if you have a really cool portfolio. And did you know that one of the most lucrative passive income ideas is the gas guzzling or electricity guzzling machine that's sitting in your garage today? And I have a Tesla Model 3 that I legit only drive to sometimes drive to work, but mainly to sit empty in a garage. So what I did was I listed that on Turo, and now anytime anyone wants to rent my car, if they want to come visit my area, they can pay me by the day, by the week, and it actually can generate some pretty sizable income. Now let's go to ease of getting started. For our rating system, I would give this one a 2 out of 5 because as long as you own a vehicle that moves, that people want to sit in, you can generate income off of this. So pretty easy to get started, just own the car. And for me, I will put a 1 out of 5 on involvement, primarily because I list it through a fleet manager who manages all of the cleaning, the detailing, the managing of the car, the matching of the customers, the delivery of the car to the customers, all that. But if you didn't have a fleet manager, you kind of have to do this up yourself, and that can take up your time just doing the logistics in the back and forth. So I will put that for 1 out of 5 for me, but for someone else, it could also be a 5 out of 5. And for earnings potential, I'll put that at a 4 out of 5 because depending on the kind of car you have, you can actually unlock daily rates for your car. Now, my last and final passive income stream, which is actually my most powerful, is a little bit of a secret. And this one is called alternative investments. Now, alternative investments, you're asking, what the heck is that? Aren't all investments regular? Nah, not really. These ones are a little alternative. And for these, this is the wild west of investment vehicles that are anything that is not a public stock. So think of private equity, hedge funds, venture capital, startups, whatever that may be. Anything that is private and alternative, it kind of falls in the alternative investments category. So my process, I get to invest in funds, and this allows me to get my capital to these really incredible firms that are working their people way too much and way too many hours, but they're finding really good deals and having really good exits, and I get to participate in some of those proceeds. But there's one little trick to this alternative investments game. You have to be an accredited investor. And an accredited investor simply means that you have $1 million in net worth, or you make 200,000+ each year over the last 2 years. And for our final rating system, I will put ease of access at a 5 out of 5, primarily because the accredited investor requirement. And for level of involvement, I will put this at a 1 out of 5 because I literally do nothing. They have my capital out there investing, and I just wait to get a check. And for earnings potential, I will put that one at a 5 out of 5 as well, because depending on the fund manager that you're investing in, you could be getting crazy returns on your dollars like 2, 5, 10, 100x. Yeah, there are people out there making 100x their money. So let's all give our money to them. So that's it, guys. That's all I got for you. Get your hands out my pockets. Those are my 7 passive income streams that I've built over the years. And look, anyone can do them as long as you have the time, the resources, and the access, and the courage to get started. I want to see you making money while you are sleeping. I appreciate it, guys. If you liked the video, smash that like button. Leave us a comment. I'd love to hear what passive income streams you currently have today that we need to be looking into. And then look, start early, start today, get investing, baby. Peace.